Hi everyone, welcome back to The Shelves Have Eyes. I'm Fantom, and today we'll be doing something a little different. Today we'll be making a Miniverse Make It Mini Lifestyle Series 2 capsule. I have the sneaking suspicion, by which I mean I looked up the pinholes, and this should be a Calico cat teapot. Chrissy and I bought a whole bunch of these quite some time ago because we were going to use the teapot and teacups for other projects or for display purposes, and then we just never got around to them. So she does not seem to show much interest in actually pursuing these, but I do love myself a cup of tea. And I do love Calico cats. So how about we take a look at this and see how maddening this is going to be, because it says mold it yourself, which means that we're in for another kind of Lord of the Rings debacle. So let's see how bad this one turns out, shall we? Right, so this one's really funky. It is an irregular shape. It kind of looks like an ice cream sandwich. And you've got this mysterious kind of cutout here. So, I mean, there was nothing special about the wrapping. Let's see what exactly this is. Oh, okay, there's plastic here. I wonder if that actually has something to do with the project or if that's just to hold things in place. I'm going to assume that this has some kind of display purpose. We've got a read me first, which I will not do. I wonder if this actually serves a purpose. We're gonna find out. This looks like the top of a plastic cup. In any case, we have tongs. We have a thank you and okay. This package was torn, but this is not leaking. So, yay! Have a sunny day. Says, and here we have our mold. It's going to be very, very interesting. I'm being extraordinarily facetious because I'm sure that this is going to be an absolute nightmare. So, thank you. What do we got here? We have Calico Cat Studio Decals. Oh, okay, so I'm going to guess that this is pure white porcelain, and then you put the decals on to make it into the Calico. I am not really sure what I thought was going to happen. Per placemat. Makey Make sandpaper. Do it yourself, 100% grit. All right, some kind of crafting tools. Sunny Studio. Oh, okay, so these are the things that go into the bottom of the capsule to make it into something, a display or something. Another Have a Sunny Day package, and what's inside this one? Make a teapot kit. So we have a spout, top, and handle to the teapot. So we're not even making a full teapot. We're just making the gross shape of it, and then attaching pieces onto it to make it into a full teapot. So, once again, I don't really know what I was expecting here from this, but I'm not disappointed in it. It seems like it's going to be a worthwhile craft. Let's take a look at the instructions. So, make it Miniverse, make it Mini Lifestyle Series 2, and here we have mold it yourself. Here is an image of the Calico Cat teapot. Okay, so we have everything we need. Okay, this is just a running list. So, there's a rose teapot. That's the one that's on the front of the capsules. And it actually looks really interesting. I like this design, and I like the jade design actually a lot. Maybe if these are on clearance, I'll pick some more up. But there's the Calico Cat teapot. And I think we also got the teacups to go with it. It bothers me that there isn't a black cat teapot. It's this tabby cat teapot with black kitty teacups. I like cats and I like tea, so I have a collection of porcelain cats. collecting since I was a kid. And then just groovy candles, and then some vases. Planter buds and coral seashell vase. Do these vases come with the flowers? I'm going to assume they do. But in any case, getting back to this, the instructions look fairly simple. We are going to use this handy dandy, whatever you want to call this dish. We are going to pour our liquid Sunny Studio porcelain liquid into the mold and then cure it, both upside down, then right side up. Then we're going to pop it out, as best as I'm going to assume that's going to go. And then we're going to use more of the porcelain to affix the handle and the spout, and then apply decals to both the pot and the top. And then it's done. So I can't wait to see how badly this goes. So first, let us remove this tape that is keeping these two plastic pieces. Okay, I get it. It's pretty hefty, actually, quite honestly. I'm kind of impressed with how heavy duty this is. It's a wonder why they didn't do the Lord of the Rings sets like this. But apparently you're supposed to shove the little foot, the snail foot flange here, into the bottom of this receptacle so that it sits flat. And then we are going to take our Sunny Studio porcelain mix. Oh, okay. Well, see, that's my own stupidity. I see a package like this and I'm going like, oh, it's very nice that Miniverse gives you this like option of doing it. And it all looks so real, and I'm trying to take the cover off and it's just like, no, it doesn't go like that. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't make any sense. Why does it say 100% fire? I don't think we want it to say 100% fire. I don't think it should say 100% fire. Whoa, okay, yeah, that's some stuff right there. Let's use the enclosed little spigot. And I guess we're just going to fill it up. Fill it up all the way. This is taking a tremendous amount of effort to actually squeeze all of this out. And the thing is, I'm squeezing this all out and I feel like I'm not getting enough out. I feel like it's never going to be enough to actually fill this thing. So maybe instead of doing that, what do the instructions say? The instructions say to use the little handle or just to pour? It just says pour. So maybe I'm not supposed to use this narrow nozzle. Maybe I am just supposed to squeeze the whole bottle in. I mean, I can't imagine this is going to be very conducive to it actually seeping down down the edges, but I feel like I was getting better with the nozzle. And the nozzle was more difficult to squeeze, but I feel like I was actually getting somewhere with that. This one, just pouring it on top just doesn't seem to be a great idea. So I feel like it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's more difficult to get the resin out with the nozzle, but when you have the nozzle, you can actually get it into that crack. You can actually fill the mold. And I feel like otherwise it's just kind of swimming at the top and it's not actually going in. This really is a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of project. Ridiculous as this is, maybe I'll just use a toothpick. feel like I'm getting somewhere with this. I don't know if I'm getting where I need to with it, but I'm definitely getting somewhere with it. Try not to use too much because I know that I'm going to need to save something to use to affix the handle on the spout later on. I know that I'm going to need it. I don't want to use too much of it. It just seems like unless I'm actively kind of like agitating it, it's just not settling. It's not going, it's not settling, it's not moving. Now, looking at this, you can see that it's almost full. I mean, as full as I can see it. So I don't think I'm going to worry about the little bit of resin I'm going to need to affix the accoutrements. And I think I'm just going to worry about trying to fill this huge mold. The mold is huge. Like, I know I just said, I feel like they should have done Lord of the Rings molds like this, but like, this is a little too big. Maybe that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Create the negative space by squeezing the mold, pour your resin in, and then let go so that it naturally vacuums it up. Maybe? So I'll be honest with you. Right now, looking at this, it looks full. It looks full and there aren't any bubbles. Not that I can see. Maybe just, I am going to put this back onto this bottle because I really do want it there. But I just feel like there's just a little bit more I need. A little bit more resin. All right, so I have completely filled this. It appears that I have completely filled this. There's just a few niggling little bubbles left here at the top that I'm just going to pop. Okay, I think it's gone. All right, so I guess at this point we're just gonna cure. Remove all the resiny stuff away, and we shall resin it up, shall we? All right, we're at about 5 minutes now underneath this light, and the bottom here is still quite tacky and a little bit wet. So I'm probably going to cure this for a full 10 minutes underneath this light, and then the instructions say turn it over and cure the bottom. I'll try that, but it's more important that the bottom here is fully cured. Otherwise, I'm not going to flip it over until this is like solid as a rock. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes now, and this seems much drier than it was 5 minutes ago. I think that it should be okay to flip now. So let's try that. All right, and back to it. I guess I'll see you back here in 10 minutes. All right, so this has actually been 15 minutes just because the bottom was having such problems. I think this is probably done now. I mean, I would hope so. I don't think, even Lord of the Rings sets, I don't recall setting for this long. It feels pretty solid. I'm just kind of worried about how this is going to come out. Okay, all right, that is still, it came out in a single piece, but it is quite tacky. So how about we just put that back under the cure light, and let's give that a couple more minutes, shall we? Okay, so that has finished curing. This is now still a little tacky, but it is, I guess, cured enough that I don't feel, oh, that is still really tacky. I thought that this was a lot less tacky than it is. Huh. No, this definitely needs more curing. All right, so an eternity later, this is now still a little sticky, but still much not sticky. So I think that we're okay there. Now the instructions call for you to use this make sandpaper to smooth out the bottom of your teapot. And I don't need to do that because I don't know whether it was the way that I cured or how long I cured or I used a light, I don't know, but whatever it is, this is a fairly even bottom, so I'm not going to do this right now. Also, I feel like even if this is no longer sticky to the touch, I would still want to put this through our apparatus for like a day and a half just to make sure that everything is solid before I even try to attempt shaving anything off of it. Next, we are going to take our Make a Teapot kit of 3 pieces. So in this kit, we have our spout, our handle, and our top. So it looks like the spout has a square shape that corresponds with the square shape here in the mold. And the handle, it looks like the top of it, this bulb here is supposed to be the tip of the tail. So that will go here. And then the ears of the cat go on the top, and theoretically it should be facing this way. Let's get our little trusty resin container again. And let's cure that. And we're back. So now it is time to put our decals on. So we've got our spots. Did that say? Sunny Studio Decals Calico. Decorate your own teapot, is what it says, if you can't see beyond the horrendous shine. Okay, so let's put some decals on, shall we? You know, I own a Calico cat. And, you know, in an ideal world, I'd like this teapot to look like my Calico cat, Booyo. But, just because, you know, I'm apparently a terrible cat owner, I can't remember where her spots are. In terms of what color they are, where they are. She's definitely got some tabby in her because she's got a little tabby striped leg warmer. I know that for sure. If you were to ask me where the rest of her calico spots are, I would not be able to answer you. Does that make me a terrible cat owner? I don't know. Kind of makes me feel like a terrible cat owner. Between the sugaring skulls and, you know, every other time that we've needed to use decals, I think I'm kind of used to this at this point. Or did I just put the decals? No. Blind. Completely and totally blind. Don't mind me. Just being blind. Aww. Well, I know something that's going back in for some more curing. These decals do not want to stick, like at all. Am I going to need to make these stick with resin? Yeah, this one just does not want to stick at all. I think I am going to need to fix that one with resin because this one is not sticking. It's not staying down. I'm like, that's not helpful at all. So there we have it. Here's our finished Calico Cat teapot, which is I've got decal pieces all over the table. I've got some of these decals I do not want to stick. So the first two that I put down, these two, are just flipping up at every opportunity. This one isn't even staying down, and I don't know why. But you know what? This is actually a pretty cute set. It wasn't, strictly speaking, difficult to make. It was just time consuming. It was like Sauron's mace. It was just very time consuming to pour and then cure. The curing is what took so long with this. I think the end result is pretty cute. I mean, the non-sticking decals aside, I think it's pretty cute. And for all of the mold resin projects that I've made for Lord of the Rings, this was easily the easiest and came out the best. There are no bubbles here. No bubbles at all. It's solid. I mean, yeah, the decals aren't sticking, but you know what? That's a small price to pay, quite honestly, for something that looks pretty cute. It's really cute. It's very spot on. I'd love to make the cups and just have a little kitty tea set. And that's essentially what this is. I think it's really cute. I really wish these decals were sticking. That might just be my own issue, because maybe the resin just is still uncured enough that the decals aren't sticking. I don't know if that makes any sense. All told, I'm happy with this set. This is really cute. As really cute things that Miniverse has made go, this probably takes the cake. I really like this. And I have a particular soft spot for both kitties and teapots. So I would say that this is a success for me. I'm not sure I'll be making the entire Lifestyles series here. I know that I'm probably going to make the Calico Cat teacups that go with this teapot. But I don't know how much further than that I'm going to end up going. I think it would be interesting to make this in clear and make like an aquarium bowl, goldfish bowl, something. I really wish that these decals would stay down. Really, really do. This one in particular, the decals are just, they weren't rounded. They were all flat. So as soon as you put them on a rounded surface like this, all the edges do pop up. And there isn't enough, whatever adhesive they use, just isn't enough to stick to resin that is not, I guess, fully cured. And this one is just popping up. It's really annoying me. I don't know if I'm going to have to take that one down and put it somewhere else or what. But it's a success. It's a very cute success. And as mini objects go, this kind of hits all of my sweet spots. It's a cute kitty, and it pours tea, and it's a resin mold project, and the mold came out great. So I don't know what else to say about this. This is a win for me, in my book. Yeah. This whole thing needs to go back to cure. Back to formula. Back to cure. It needs to go back to cure like real bad. So I'll be doing that right now. Thank you very much for joining me today for this odd impromptu resin kit. I'll be doing more of these, I guess. I'll at least be doing the Calico Kitty teacups. And if I can find the Tabby Cat teapot, I'll make that. And if I find the Black Cat teacups, I'll do those. I don't know about the rest of Lifestyles. I know that I'm going to be continuing with Lord of the Rings just because I started that series and I own all of it, so I may as well finish it. And as soon as I find them in stores, I will be doing the Make It Mini Animals series. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in seeing me muck my way through those. I hope that you have enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. It was very time consuming, but in the end, I think it was worth it. If you enjoy this content, please like this video, share it if you'd like, and subscribe to the channel so that you'll know when the next video drops. But in any case, thank you very much for joining me. I've been Fantom. This has been The Shelves Have Eyes. Have a good day, y'all.